I really think that somebody should be telling him this, in canon, because Jesus Christ, you guys, seriously, I love Team Free Will, I do, and I actually like Mary. I mean, I still think she's going to go back to the other universe in the end, if that's possible, but, I like them, but they really don't know how to handle a Nephilim, basically a child, less than a year old, who is fully grown and making decisions in war. It's terrible. It's a terrible combination, and it's really not that surprising that he's having these nightmares and all this guilt, because he has never dealt with it before. He doesn't have enough life experience to deal with this properly. Lucifer this episode was more in character than I've seen him since probably season 11, maybe. Really, it was the first time that I truly experienced what many people were experiencing in season 5, because I wasn't watching the show live, I didn't understand when I first entered this fandom why people were sympathizing with the devil. And then I started watching it live, the beginning of season 12, and I kind of had an inkling. I kind of understood, some people could feel bad for him because, what Chuck did was wrong. Just throwing your child in a cage without trying to deal with it, and, not taking responsibility for your mistakes and not trying to fix it. Like I said before, people need to learn this, okay? But doing that, and I think this episode really shook me to my core, because it finally clicked. I finally understood why people sympathized with him. Because, as Gabriel said in the last episode, he plays the victim constantly, and he does it good, okay? He tells the truth, but he twists it first, okay? He is the true serpent, okay? He has started all of this. His words are what corrupted humanity. So, the fact, I have to, bravo writers, you broke me. But I have to give them kudos for accurately portraying Lucifer as seen in text. Not this stupid crap that was going on in, episode 18, when he was, being all weird and the priests, and I don't even want to talk about that episode right now. It's BS. But it's just, what the fuck was I going to say? I completely lost my train of thought. Give me a second. Anyway, so Lucifer, I truly thought these past few episodes, especially last episode, with how he was acting and his tears and whatnot, because it wasn't like he was doing this, in front of everybody. He tried to hide his tears, how much pain he was really feeling. But it really absolutely crushed me in the middle when he just snapped on Jack and he just became the actual devil again. And I was like, oh my god, what did I do? What did I sign myself up for? So I really think, in a sense, Gabriel was right. He has known him since the stars were made, and he can't change. He can try. I really truly believe he tried to change just for Jack, even if it meant only saving Jack and getting them out of there for a fresh start, because that's what Jack wanted too. But Gabriel's right when he says, he can't change no matter how hard he tries, because he doesn't have empathy. He doesn't understand. He doesn't want to like humans. He hates them. He enjoys crushing them. That's what he's always wanted to do. It's what he's done since the dawn of time. And so, that whole argument in the middle, which I'm going to get to in just a minute, but going back here, it really screwed with my head. I can't even imagine what it was like in season 5, though, because you're pitying the devil and you're like, I don't know about this, and then you're like full on, I must protect this child, and then immediately going to, oh my god, what did I do? What did I just do? And that definitely bothered me. That's going to stay with me for a while, because I really truly believe he tried, and that he really did have an inkling of love for Jack, as he did with his brothers and his father so long ago. But I think even the mark has corrupted even that. He tried, but he couldn't do it. And so, when we get to the scene where Jack should have immediately just killed Michael off, but he couldn't because, plot lines and all that. But when he finally finds out, that Lucifer made a deal with Michael to get back, he's angry enough as is. But then he has the power. He's stronger than Lucifer, and I knew this before, but it really blew my mind that he was able to do this. He says, "Tell me the truth." And Lucifer says, he came across her and she started screaming, and so he crushed her skull with his bare hands, and he enjoyed it. That shocked not just me, but my mom. We stared at each other wordlessly, and it definitely showed that harsh distinction of last episode, Mary going, "Oh, she'll see, he'll see what Lucifer is, who Lucifer truly is." And Gabriel says the same thing, that he can't change, and that his true colors will come out eventually, and they did. Granted, Jack kind of initiated it, but it still happened. And it was really, I feel like I should have seen it coming, but it still hit me like a freight train, because he truly hates humans. He just hates them to his very core, and it shows in this episode that he really doesn't care about them. It's not that he just doesn't care about them, it's that he hates them. It's that he wants them all gone, unless, as he said, they learn their place and bow down to him. And I'm like, Lucy, man, that's not going to happen. That's not the point of humans. That was not what they were created for. They were made. I think I actually wrote this in a fan fiction, but it's a good point. God made humanity not just for kicks and gigs, but I think because he wanted something different than the angels. He wanted a species that could make their own decisions, that would, go against everything for something they believed in, as Lucifer did. The problem is, Lucifer isn't a human. He's an angel, and he really steps into that this episode, especially with Jack. We're not human, and that's the problem. But then he immediately goes to, you are human, and so he immediately hates Jack and all that. I'm like, the tangent I'm going off on right now is so confusing, but I need to get all my feels out, okay? Great.